Good morning and welcome to KidJAM Home Edition Week 27. We are on our third week of our curriculum,
The Best Year Ever!
Well, how are things going so far? You have about a week of school or so down. How's it feeling? Are you making time for God each morning? Have you made a new friend yet? I hope that it's been good so far. And if not, stay hopeful. New routines and new subjects take time to learn. Keep putting tips 1 and 2 into practice, and today we'll give you tip number 3. Let's go!
I love new things. If there's something new, improved, or better, or different, I want to try it. Got a new flavor of Captain Crunch? Great, give me some. Got a new sandwich at McDonald's? Awesome, I'll take 2. If it's new, I want to try it. I don't want to miss out on a thing.
I don't like new. I don't like anything new. My favorite drink as a baby was milk. Guess what it is now? Milk! My favorite food was hamburgers. Guess what I like still? Hamburgers! I don't like change. I don't like different. I have been watching Muppets since I was a toddler, and I see no reason to switch to anything else, even if everyone does call me a baby.
I have no idea what I want to be when I grow up. I keep finding new and exciting things to be. I wanted to be a cowboy when I was 3.
Hey, who's got my hat?
Look, I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Then I learned about astronauts and decided to be one of them. Then I learned about fighter jet pilots and decided I wanted to be one of those. Then I saw professional basketball on TV. Now I really want to be one of those when I get bigger.
I don't want to get any older. I don't want to live in some place different or do anything different. Do you know how hard it was for me to go from home to kindergarten? Then no sooner did I get used to that, some wise guy decided it was time for me to go to first grade. No, I'm not doing anything different. I'm just going to stay home and watch TV.
There are so many exciting places I want to see. The Badlands of South Dakota, the Great Rocky Mountains of Canada, the Great Wall of China, the castles of Great Britain. I want to go to some place different every year. See something different, I want to see it all.
Comfy couch, 4 walls of my living room. I don't even want to go to Disney World. I can't see it. If I can't see it from my couch, then I don't need to see it.
I want to explore God's entire world.
I want to stay home.
I want to find God's plan for my life.
The only plan I have is to go home and watch Muppets.
I can't wait until tomorrow. Can't wait to learn something new again.
No plans tomorrow. Perfect. Just sitting on my couch.
Well, I'm not sure if you've figured out tip 3 yet, but here's another hint. Here I have a basketball, a baseball glove, a skipping rope, and a hockey net. I have a challenge for you. Let's imagine that we are meeting on a playground and we want to play a game, but we only have these items to play with. So I want you to brainstorm and invent a whole new sport that would use these items. And while you think about it, let's see what game Ava and Elia would create. Hi Ava, hi Elia.
Hi.
So we have this equipment here. We have a hockey net, a basketball, skipping rope, and a baseball glove. If we were going to make up our own game with this equipment, what would it be?
We can spin the ball and put it in the net, and then skip with the skipping rope, and then this on.
Can you put this on and skip with the skipping rope? All right. So, skipping and spinning and throwing it into the net. What do you think, Elia? Yeah, if we were gonna call this sport something, what would we call it?
Canada Sports.
Canada sport? Okay. And how would we score points for this game?
By shooting.
Shooting, like tossing the ball into the net?
Yeah.
And how many points would that get us?
10.
10 points.
Please put it in 10.
That gets you 10 points? Wow. Cool. Can you imagine if our sport was a famous sport, Canada's sport was a famous sport in 100 years? Do you think that's possible?
No.
Yes.
All right, well, thanks for helping us figure out a new game. I wonder what our friends at home figured out as their new game. Maybe they should share it with their families right now. Thanks, Ava and Elia.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. It's hard to imagine it, but there was probably a time when people thought games like baseball and basketball were as silly as our little game. Who ever heard of a game where people catch balls in mitts, run bases counterclockwise, and score runs instead of points? Who would want to play a game where you throw a ball up into a peach basket? Abner Doubleday believed in his new sport of baseball, and James Naismith believed in basketball. They tried something new. They created the games we love. It's a good reminder that we all need to take chances, try new things, and discover what God has in store for us. School, in-school, homeschool, or virtual school, is a great place to learn about science, math, writing, and other skills that might one day become your passion. Maybe you'll discover a new talent this year. Maybe you'll invent the next great sport. Maybe you'll take a big step closer to becoming the person God made you to be. Don't be afraid to try new things. Enjoy school. Enjoy learning and let God show you His plan for your life. So, have you figured out tip 3? Let's explore our Bible story to make sure we really get it. So today's story is about a man who thought he knew what the rest of his life would be like. He thought he would be tending sheep in the wilderness, supporting his family in a quiet land. Instead, God had big plans in store for this man named Moses. So, do you have your Bible with you? Let's turn to Exodus 3. It's the second book of the Bible. Genesis, Exodus. All right, now look for the big number 3. We're going to start there. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but follow along with me. Moses was taking care of the flock of his father-in-law Jethro. Jethro was a priest of Midian. Moses led the flock to the western side of the desert. He came to Horeb. It was the mountain of God. There, an angel of the Lord appeared to him from inside a burning bush. Moses saw that the bush was on fire, but it didn't burn up. So Moses thought, I'll go over and see this strange sight. Why doesn't the bush burn up? The Lord saw that Moses had gone over to look. So God spoke to him from inside the bush. He called out, Moses, Moses. Here I am, Moses said. Do not come any closer, God said. Take off your sandals. The place you are standing on is holy ground. He continued, I am the God of your father. I am the God of Abraham. I am the God of Isaac. And I am the God of Jacob. When Moses heard that, he turned his face away. He was afraid to look at God. The Lord said, I have seen how my people are suffering in Egypt, so I have come down to save them from the Egyptians. I will bring them up out of that land. I will bring them into a good land. It has a lot of room. It is a land that has plenty of milk and honey. So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh. I want you to bring the Israelites out of Egypt. They are my people. But Moses spoke to God. Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? He said. Who am I that I should bring the Israelites out of Egypt? God said, I will be with you. I will give you a sign. It will prove that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, all of you will worship me on this mountain. Moses said to God, "Suppose I go to the people of Israel. Suppose I say to them, 'The God of your fathers has sent me to you.' And suppose they ask me, 'What is his name?' Then what should I tell them?" And God said to Moses, "I am who I am. Here is what you must say to the Israelites. Tell them, 'I am has sent me to you.'" God also said to Moses, "Say to the Israelites, 'The Lord is the God of your fathers. He has sent me to you. He is the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and he is the God of Jacob. My name will always be the Lord. Call me this name for all time to come. Go." Well, Moses was an Israelite, born to one of the slave families in Egypt. As a baby, he was adopted by the princess of Egypt. He grew up in the palace and lived a life of luxury. But after harming a cruel slave driver, Moses ran away. He got married and became a shepherd and spent 40 years tending sheep. Then God showed up and changed the course of his life forever. Moses wasn't sure that he wanted to be that leader. He told God all the areas that he was weak and not equipped to be the leader God wanted him to be. Over and over, God answered Moses and told him he could do it. This was God's plan, not Moses's. God would give him the skills and the tools he needed. And surprise! Moses became the leader Israel needed at an important time in its history. See, God has a plan for every one of us. He's given each of us different skills and talents, and he wants us to discover those so that we can use them to fulfill his plan for our lives. Very often, the thing you think you want to do as a kid is sometimes much different than what you do as an adult. You all still have a lot of school years ahead and a lot of learning. You can try new subjects as you explore God's world and the talents he's given you. You might find yourself just as surprised as Moses and discover a whole new purpose for your life. I know I definitely didn't think that I would be working in kids ministry at the Sarn Evangelical Missionary Church or even recording videos. That wasn't something I had even considered as a kid. But God had other plans for me than I had for myself. God has surprises in store for all of us, but it takes a willing heart to let God show us those new surprises and lead us in new directions. Opening ourselves up to those surprises is part of making this year the best year ever. It's not always easy to try new things or to always pay attention when the teacher is talking about something that doesn't really interest us. Not everyone gets excited by math or writing. But unless you give those subjects your very best try, you may miss out on something God wants you to discover. We discover the gifts and talents God has given us by trying new things. And there's no better place to do that than in school, where every day we get to learn something new in a variety of different subjects. This year, ask God to give you an open heart and open mind about every subject you study. Give math and art and music and science and reading and writing and French and all the other subjects a try. Give them your best effort. If you discover something you really like, keep asking questions about that subject. Keep learning. God has a plan for all of you. No matter what occupation you have someday, God has a plan to use you to share his love with others. So don't treat school as something to just get through so you can be done. School is a place to find your passions and to find God's will for your life. Ask God to help you explore those passions as part.
The best year ever!
So tip 3, have an open mind to try and learn new things at school. Work hard and explore the gifts God gave you. Let's review our theme verse one more time. But put God's kingdom first. Do what he wants you to do, then all those things will also be given to you. Matthew 6:33. If you learned something new this week, I'd love to hear about it. Ask your family to message me or email me something new you learned or something new you discovered that you like. Even I'm trying something new too. Well, that's all for today. We'll see you next week for tip number 4 on how to make this the best year ever.